Good afternoon. Welcome to LaPorte County Commissioners meeting for Wednesday, November 17th, 2021. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Reardon, would you lead us off, please? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Matias,
Present.
Commissioner Haney,
Present.
Commissioner Mrozinski.
I am present.
All three
Thank you.
commissioners present.
Consider tonight's agenda.
Mr. President, I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you very much. Consider approval of the November 3rd, 2021 minutes.
Move to approve November 3rd, 2021 minutes.
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Consideration of claims, please.
Commissioners, we have payroll for the period ending 11/5/2021 in the amount of $1,145,566.45, and operating expense claims for the same period of $3,941,472.29.
Move to present the claims as presented.
Approve.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I thank you very much. Next part of our agenda is public comment. I'm happy to see, first of all, we have some high school students, correct? Where are you from? South Central? Well, welcome. Hope you're having a pleasant experience, and I hope you learn something. Stay out of politics. Also happy to see all the firemen here. I know why you're here. It's not because we got a fire. I wanted to report to you ahead of time so you have a little information to know. Prior to this meeting, I met with members of the County Council Finance Committee, and one of the American Rescue Plan suggestions here came from Lisa Berzakowski for $10,000 to each volunteer fire department in the county. I can tell you we have very good support from the council on that. It'll be their decision, but I can tell you they like it. So that's a good thing. That being done, we will now open for public comment. Anyone like to come up for your 3 minutes of fame?
I have two parts. I have my first part, and then I also have the reports for the county eviction funding. So if I need to come back for the second part, if I'm over my 3 minutes. So.
Go ahead.
First of all, one of the 36 duties listed by the state of Indiana for a township trustee is number 10, which is to provide fire protection. This is required for the areas of the township not incorporated into a city. So this is all rural areas for the townships. But not only do we provide fire protection, but we also provide emergency services like car accidents, heart attacks, and so much more. Again, all this is done on volunteer basis with no pay. No birthdays, no anniversaries, no Christmas, no Thanksgiving. On call 24/7. Yes, all county employees are essential, but they are all getting paid. The volunteer fire departments are there, usually first on the scene, and many times assist the EMS with lift assists, extrication from a vehicle accident, and with a heart attack, an extra set of hands on the way to the hospital. I know from experience that if they had not arrived at my home within the 7 minutes that they did, my daughter might not still be with us today. That is when I took the training to become a first responder. Since then, it's lapsed, but I appreciate all that they do for our community. Again, I am asking for each of the volunteer fire departments, like I have for the last 3 months, to receive $10,000 to be used for bonus, items needed by the departments, etc. As you can see by the men and women, if you're from the volunteer fire department, please stand. As you can see by the men and women, we have many in our community to help keep our community safe, and they deserve a bonus just as the other community employees deserve. I would appreciate you adding them to your list and ask the county council to vote for the spending out of the ARP funds. Had the ARP funds been gifted to the townships also, as they were supposed to in the beginning, but taken out at the last minute, we would not be here asking for the funding for the county. So thank you very much for that. I still have time, so I'll do my... I'll give you guys the reports for the county eviction.
Okay. Thank you.
So as you can see to date, we have a balance of $24,570.98 available out of the $50,000 that you guys have given us. I worked on 6 cases today. No decisions have been made. Scipio Township, I've got a couple more she's going to be giving me. I do have 2 that I'm denying. I will be in court next Tuesday for those denials to explain to the judge why they're being denied. But otherwise, the evictions are still going through. As I am in the Michigan City office a lot with Cool Spring, either on Tuesday or Thursday, my deputy is at my LaPorte office on Tuesday and Thursday doing the the IHCDA applications, so the Indiana Housing Now. So what we're trying to do with anybody that we are funding, we are getting them signed up immediately for the indianahousingnow.org. So if they are still struggling moving forward, they are able to get that funding. That will pay up to 15 months. But we are still seeing some that are not getting that funding. So I'm spending a lot of times with them on budgeting issues. And I've talked to Canterbury, and Canterbury told me out of some of them, ones that we've funded already, they have paid their November, and then some of them have said that their December rent will be paid also. So it is working, and I thank you very much for the funding.
Thank you, Lisa. You are the poster child for how a trustee should be.
Thank you, Lisa.
Public comment is still open.
Good evening. Randy Beach, 4177 West Schultz Road. I understand that meeting minutes are supposed to be a reflection on comments said during a meeting and not a stenographic transcript of all the words. The minutes seem lacking of verbiage related to elected members' comments that were made when I read the approved October 20, 2021 minutes. While it was heavy on me standing and continuing to talk at the podium, light on multiple interruptions created by the sitting president. What was not in the minutes was when Mr. Mrzinski first took over my speaking time at 37 seconds to start his first rant towards me. Again, Mr. Mrzinski takes my time at 2:45, and talking less than professional, I also stated I had been up here over my 3 minutes, which I wasn't. There was not one word in the minutes of me pleading with Mr. Mrzinski to watch his language and that there were children present. His comments that he was making about the uninviting me to the next meeting was also left out. Nowhere do I find in the minutes where Mr. Haney apologizes for Mr. Mrzinski's language after I finish speaking. The words are just about me and my speaking of the present sitting board not doing the job they swore an oath to do, and it's taken me over 3 minutes. Why does it take so much time for the people of Schultz Road to present their claim, and it takes over 3 minutes? Why is so much being done wrong out there for us from you guys? Why aren't you investigating? I have reported and continue to report ethic problems, zoning problems, erroneous paperwork. The items I bring up are never denied, just ignored. New items are introduced at the next meeting. Then it is stated I mentioned the same old thing. In a way, I guess I do. When are you going to open an investigation on this? When? Thank you for your time.
Public comment is still open. Anyone from the public?
Hi. Brody Schaffner, Noble Township Volunteer Fire Department. I want to say thank you for your consideration, Mr. Mrzinski, for your opening statement. Really appreciate it. I just want you to know how this money will impact us. We receive less than $70,000 a year for our contract, and we're going to be using that money, if we get it, for a new compressor, new hoses, and we're saving up for a truck. 2 of our trucks are from 1990s, about when I was born. So I really appreciate it. You have some brave men and women in this room, and I thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the room for public comment? Anyone on Zoom? Anyone on Zoom for public comment? Seeing none, public comment is over. Let's move on to department head reports. Any department heads? Seeing none? Oh.
Good evening.
Good
Steve
evening.
Irick, Chief Probation Officer, Adult Probation. So on Wednesday, December 7th of 2018, I came in front of, you were the only one here at that point, and asking about the hallway in the basement, because it was just, sound guys should know these things. But the hallway was barren. It was just this long walkway, and you see, probation had moved into the basement space the summer before, which was June of 18. And we have all the offenders reporting through security and then down through the tunnel. And I thought, what could we do to make that better? And so we had talked about putting murals down there and reaching out to the local high school, which on March 12th of 2019, I called Mary Beth Lebo at LaPorte High School, emailed her, and put this idea to her, and she thought it was a great idea. In the high school, they had done some like, not murals, but like a large picture with a statement, an inspirational quote, or once a slicer, always a slicer. And so she said, let's go ahead and do this, and we'll bring art students in to take care of that. And then my secretary and I went out to pick up some molding, and Larry Lewandowski graciously allowed his staff to build what would look like picture frames and put them on the walls down the tunnel. There are 12 of them. And you're going to hand those out for me? Thank you. There's a bunch of them. So it took several months of working on ideas and putting thoughts together, but the painting project started December 7th of 2019. And she and her students came back on February 29th, 2020, and had planned another time to come and finish up the project. Well, we all took a pause in March of 2020, and it didn't happen until this past Saturday. I met Mrs. Lebo and about 8 or 9 students down here, and they went into the tunnel and they finished up the project. There were approximately 20 students, total of 12 hours, and the interesting thing is these students are from 2 completely different classes. The girls that came this weekend hadn't been here before. So the ones who started the project couldn't finish, and the ones who finished didn't start. So I've handed you all pictures of the project with each painting, but I want to encourage you and everybody else to walk through that tunnel at some point and take a look at what they did. And you can see things like, don't let your struggle become your identity, or your past mistakes are meant to guide you, not to define you, or be stronger than your excuses, which are all things that I think a lot of people struggle with, but also our population. And I've seen, and I've also heard my staff tell me, that they've seen people walking down the hall, and they slow down and they read each and every one as they come down. And I think that's a win. So, but I want to let you know that this has all been completed. Mrs. Lebo, couldn't have done it without she and her staff, as well as Larry and his staff for putting it all together, and of course your support. And if you have a chance, take a stroll through there sometime. It's pretty nice.
I have taken a stroll through, and it's amazing.
Good.
And when you look at that, what students are doing, and compared to what you read in the newspaper, what some other students are doing, I'm very proud of all of them, and of you for thinking of it. Originally I thought you meant, like, have you ever been in the hallway where you go down in the Detroit airport where the lights?
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Budgets. And,
But it's really cool. And hats off to the students. They did a super job.
They did a great job. So
It is. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership on this, Steve. What a great project. Thank you.
It does look great down there. Thank
You're
you.
all right, Steve. I don't care what everybody says. Everybody.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I got a couple, 3 things. First, I want to give you an update on the Cougar Road project. Despite the utility delays and some weather delays, hopefully tomorrow afternoon they're going to finish the striping in that project we put to bed. I did mention to Mr. Mazinski and Mr. Novak that the project is over budget. At this point, I'm not sure exactly how much. I'm looking at about $55,000 probably for total. No more when we get the final bill. Also, we have Otis Road project that went to bid. LaPorte Construction got the contract. And there's a situation where we didn't get all the information we needed in a timely fashion from NDOT to get the right address to send the check. So we've got a $250,000 check that I was going to ask the auditor if it was possible to send that out ahead of December 3rd. And you send the checks out so we can get the contractor going, get a notice to proceed from NDOT to the contractor. If not, we'll just have to wait. But I don't know if that was possible or not. Okay, I appreciate that, and I know the contractor would too. So. And then also we have the bid specs and plans are ready to go for the Nowak Drive Meadowview subdivision project. And I guess I just need some direction on how to handle. I was told that the finances have not yet been approved. Do you want me to go before the council, or how do you want to handle that for that project?
Yeah, until the council approves that, I would be cautious to put out a bid. We've had issues with the council about things like that before. They kind of get territorial, say it that way. I assume they're going to address that at their meeting next Monday, but until they get financing on it.
Would you want?
Mr. President, if I may, I was speaking with Council President Novak about this the other day, and I also spoke with Mr. Sullivan. So what's on their agenda for this coming Monday is a refining of what they already approved. Before they had approved ARP or LIT. As it turns out, if they want to change the LIT to ARP non-reverting as well. So the direction and the indication that I got from Council President Novak was to go ahead with the bid because the funding had already technically been approved. They're just refining
Okay.
other options for the
Do
funding.
you need any representation from myself there at the meeting for any questions that might be asked?
I don't think there would be any more at this point, but
Okay.
that you maybe reach out to Council President Novak and see if he would like someone
Okay, I
there
will
just in
do that.
case. I plan on being there anyway, but
Okay.
If you
Unless something
have their
comes up.
support, you got ours.
Okay. I'll talk to President Novak and get his, and then I'll put it out to bid. Everything's ready to go, so all they have to do is advertise it, so. Okay, thank you very much. And I'll
Thank you,
ask-
Jay.
And I'll be in touch with you, sir. on the-
Talk tomorrow.
As always, Jay, doing a good job. Any other department heads? Any other department heads? Is somebody on
Yeah,
Zoom? Is that Amanda?
Amanda is on.
Go ahead, Amanda.
Can't hear.
No,
Can't
hold
hear
on.
him.
Houston, we have a problem.
Matt, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So Amanda, it's on your side.
I can go while we try to get her. I could
Is
go.
Is your mic muted, Amanda? No?
Maybe log off and reconnect.
Yeah. Log out and come back.
If it's a pleasure of the commissioners, I could go.
You wanted.
Good evening, Commissioners. Two items to report on tonight. I want to report that I had a productive meeting with Commission President Brzezinski earlier today in discussing the dispute involving billings of Friedman and Associates. I hope to continue that discussion and hopefully have the elected officials of LaPorte County work out and negotiate over their our relative statutory authorities in this matter, and hope that we can move forward and leave out the added cost of third-party legal. That having been said, I do note item 11F on your agenda, which is consider a proposed contract with law firm of Kopka Pincus per auditor request, and I would hope that you would approve that in case we are unable to work this out and need to move forward in the area of law, in the courts. I wanted to comment as the county auditor. I thought I would do it now during department head reports on an item on your agenda rather than in a public comment. With regard to the PCB litigation and Monsanto, I do support your decision and agree with you that going for more money makes a lot of sense considering the sites that we have that are related to this. We were offered around $900,000 to settle in a conventional class action, as I understand it, a conventional settlement, and it makes sense, and I agree with the legal advice to continue and pursue more. From what I understand, the county could possibly get anywhere from 10 to 40 million. It's very indeterminate, of course, and there could be settlements, and there could be court judgments. My concern around this is I would very strongly, as a financial advisor of LaPorte County, urge you to go with an RFP process for one reason. This is a lot of money potentially, and you need to bring competition into the picture and make sure there's competition into the picture to minimize the percentage as much as possible. You want a quality law firm, obviously, but you want to minimize the percentage that's being taken by the outsiders. I also want to note that I have concerns about the current proposal before you, where Friedman and Associates is proposed to take 15% of the 25%. The work of Friedman and Associates on a case that's referred out, that to me this is effectively a referral fee, and there's two main attorneys in this case as proposed with the firm that you're looking at here on today's agenda. 15% of 25% is 3.75%. That means if there's a settlement for $1 million, the Friedman Associates gets $37,500. If there's a settlement for $10 million, Friedman Associates gets $375,000. And if there's a settlement for $40 million, Friedman Associates gets $1.5 million. For an attorney who has said that he is the best bang for the buck for LaPorte County, I think it's very important, considering that his work in this job would be extremely minimal, just reviewing the work of the main attorneys, that you pay him not a referral fee that's 3.75%. I'm sorry, not referral fee, but a percent of the take in a win. That's 3.75%. But you pay Friedman and Associates $150 an hour, and that he simply reviews at $150 an hour the work of the two firms that are actually doing the work. That is what I'd recommend. I'd also recommend an RFP, because to me, when you're getting that large of a potential percentage of money at 3.75%, there's an inherent conflict of interest involved, because that's a lot of potential money to go to Friedman Associates. This attorney that represents the commission, this needs to go out as an RFP, because the taxpayers need to get this money and not Friedman and Associates. And so that's all I have to say on this. But it's a large amount of money, and I understand conventionally these law firms charge in the low 20% range. My concern with them charging 25% with 3.75% built in for Friedman Associates is that we're essentially paying a larger percentage to attorneys because he wants to get something. This is very minimal work that he would be doing. He's reviewing the outside attorneys, and he should not be getting this kind of percentage. He should be getting $150 an hour for the work. Thank you.
Is Amanda on now?
I am. Can you hear me?
There you go. Thank you.
We can hear you,
Hi.
Amanda.
I'm sorry. I think I was jumping the gun, as I know I'm on the agenda and not just under new. I'm sorry. I had kittens that got neutered today, and they're just all over the place, so I'm distracted. I apologize. I was on the agenda for purchasing a new vehicle. I spoke to you all a couple months ago about getting permission to approach the council. The council did approve me to move forward with that. I wanted to let you know that I have gotten that quote, and I'm asking for your permission to proceed with that.
Boy, it's really hard to understand. But she's on the agenda for a purchase of a new vehicle.
Yeah, under requests.
Under request, we have that. And, yeah, she wants to go to the council for funding. We can do that right now if you want.
Yes, Mr. President, I move that we allow Amanda to go to the council to approach the council for the purchase of a new vehicle for the health department.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There you go, Amanda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, before we leave public comment, there's a lot of members of the public here from fire departments, and just so that they're really clear, we do have on our agenda Let me see, under old business F, we have a proposed ARP list of projects. What Commissioner Mrzinski was referencing is that we're willing to add your project to that list, the proposal that we just discussed with you, but it will then go from the commission to the council. The council, there's a saying that the council proposes and the commission proposes and the council disposes. So they are the funding arm of the county, and so while we can propose things to them, if you want to do some lobbying, I would suggest that you talk to your county council members, because they will be actually the ones who will decide which projects on the list and future projects that are still being added to the list, which ones will get funding and which ones won't. So I saw some of your members were had to leave, and I just didn't want to have you leave without making sure we let you know how the process goes. So, thank you, Mr.
So
President.
I reported earlier that I met with their finance committee and when we brought that up, we went through the whole list that we've come up with here, and is very supportive of the $10,000 per volunteer fire department. So it'll be their decision, but I can tell you ahead of time, they're very supportive of it, so that's good. Any other department heads? Department heads one more time. Seeing none, department heads is closed. Moving along to request. Consider permission to approach council for matching AFG grant. Jeff Hamilton from Hazmat. Hey, Jeff.
Hello. This is for our self-contained breathing apparatus. The current ones we have are from 1998. They're no longer repairable, can't get parts for them. The grant was a total of $100,000 for hazmat, and this is the matching part to that grant.
And you'd like to go to the council to get the money?
We would like to go to the council to
I
get the money.
would entertain a motion to that effect.
I have a question. Jeff, is it a 25% match, 50% match? 5%.
There's some
Excellent.
things that we had to add into it that were not able to be included into the grant.
Okay, excellent.
That's the total, everything we needed.
That's pretty
Excellent.
amazing.
Mr.
The
President,
5% matching is $37,900 or
Okay.
$3,791
Okay.
is our actual matching part.
Wow, that's great. Mr. President, I move that we permit Jeff Hamilton to approach the council for that amount of money that he just mentioned for the grant that he's applied for.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks,
luck,
Jeff.
Moving on to old business. Hey, what did he say? Consider 2022 bid recommendations for materials. Dwayne Werner, Highway Superintendent. Hey, buddy.
Good evening. Yes, we have my recommendations for the annual bid. For Class 1 crushed limestone, we had two bidders, U.S. Aggregates and South Lake Stone. We will accept both bids on that one. Class 2, bituminous patching and wrap materials, we had three bidders. Reith Riley Construction, Milestone Contractors, and Central Paving. We accept all bids on that also. I'm going to kind of explain a little bit why we accept them all. Sometimes, they'll either run out of patch or materials. You know how it is in this day and age with supply and demand. So determining on, when we need it, if we'll go to our primary and then work our way down if they cannot deliver. So we at least have a backup so we're not hung out to dry per se. Class 3 blast furnace crushed slag. We had one bidder, Beamster Bore Aggregates. We will accept their bid. Class 4 gravel, dirt, and topsoil. We had one bid from Ozinga Materials and Logistics, and we will accept their bid also. Class 5 no lead diesel and E85. And we have two bidders, Triple J Mar Petroleum and Petro Choice. We accept both bids, but on that one specifically, we call the day that we're going to place the order to whoever has the lowest price. Class 6 is signs and signposts. We had two bidders, Traffic Control Specialists and Osborne Associates. We will accept both bids. We purchase multiple things from each one. So there's lots of categories in there, posts, base things, signs, multiple things. Some of them are lower priced than others, so we mix and match from each one of the vendors, whichever one has the lowest price. And then Class 7 culvert pipe and guardrail, we had one bid, which is Debco Metal Culverts, and we will accept their bid. And that's it.
Good work.
All right.
Mr. President, if you can, entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of the department head and make it of record, that would be good.
Correct. I accept the motion.
Mr. President, I move that we approve Mr. Werner's suggestions and recommendations on the 2022 bid material contracts.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great. Thank you very
Dwayne.
much.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Thank you. Next on our list, consider approving Commissioner Mrozinski's proposed ARP list as a formal request to the County Commission to forward to the County Council for potential appropriations. And as I said earlier, we sat down today with the Finance Committee from the Council, and we went through the list one at a time, and they gave me their thoughts on whether they thought it was a good idea, bad idea, something they're going to support and maybe fund later. A good example would be the countywide broadband. We don't know what kind of money we're going to get, federal or state, but we know there's things in the works. And they are supportive of meeting whatever kind of gap there may be. A couple other projects, same way. We identified a couple of hot projects that we need to fund now, and that's a situation where when you have a big project with a lot of money, that if we don't approve it, the people will pull the plug and move further down the road and do it in some other county. And we have at least two projects that are shovel-ready moving forward, so that got some pretty good approval. So the entire list is still in flux. It will be up to the committee, the council to fund or not, but we are making progress. I expect to meet with the Finance Committee again before their meeting. They're going to have a special meeting in December just for ARP funding. So that's
Mr.
where we're at
President?
now. What I want to do is the list that we have established, that we've talked about, is to approve our approval to send it to the council, say, here's what we're looking at. So,
Mr. President, may I suggest that you read or have one of us read into the record there's 15 items on here that are our first suggested projects, and then the additional number 16 would be the $10,000 a year for the volunteer firefighters across the county. I would suggest that we change that to make $10,000 for the next 2 years, so that each department would get $20,000. When they're talking about buying equipment, $10,000 is going to be a drop in the bucket, and I know you guys are always writing grants and things, but some of those grants require matches, and so I would suggest that we propose that to the council. They can always make the decisions. Obviously, that's their role, but perhaps we should read these into the record so that the public who is listening knows what the projects are that we're pushing for.
well, you were a teacher. You're a good reader.
I guess that's me. All right, here we go. So these are recommendations from the LaPorte County Board of Commissioners to the County Council, because they are the fiscal body for the county. Number one, pandemic pay request for frontline county employees and those who have worked in the field, $4,000 apiece for a total of $1.5 million, and $2,000 for every other full-time county employee, and $1,000 each for each part-time and seasonal employee, for a total of $750,000, for a grant total of $2.5 million, and it was recommended by Carl Sender, our financial advisor. Number two, I-94 421 Water and Sewer Project, $1.75 million from the LaPorte County Redevelopment Commission, the RDC. Number three, 39 North Conservancy District, a water tower for up to $750,000. This was suggested by their board president and the board, as well as Jim Magnuson, the developer, and the Redevelopment Commission as well. Number four, US 35 and 20 development water and sewer connections, $1.5 million. This was recommended to the commissioners from the RDC and the Office of Economic and Community Development. Number 5, rural broadband last mile projects, $1.5 million. This was suggested to us from the Office of Community and Economic Development. Treasurer's Office, software, computer, scanner, and a money counter for $60,000. This was recommended to us from the Joey Winsky, the LaPorte County Treasurer. Number 7, Lacrosse and Hannah sidewalk, ramps and downtown improvements, $300,000. This was recommended to us from the South County Coalition. Number 8, county parks repairs and improvements, $250,000. This was recommended to us from the park superintendent, Mr. Sebecki, and his board, the county park board. Number 9, Kingsbury Industrial Park, KIP, replacement of the bridge to connect the CN rail for job creation, $300,000 from Ed Lindborg, Doug Davies, and the Redevelopment Commission. Number 10, respite house to assist recovery from alcohol, drug, and other addictions, $750,000 from our judicial branch, Judge Friedman, Judge Thorne, and law enforcement represented by Sheriff Boyd. Number 11, addition to Paladin to assist developmentally disabled populations from our county, $500,000. This was recommended to us from Senator Mike Bohacek and leadership of Paladin. Number 12, supplement prior allocations of emergency rental assistance, $100,000 recommended to us by the Center Township trustee, Lisa Pierzakowski, who is leading this charge, and Cool Spring Township trustee, Lois Szynski, who is also leading the charge. Number 13, the Learn and Earn program, $100,000. This was recommended to us from the Office of Community and Economic Development, and is a recommendation that I made to this list. And this would be for high school students to give them an opportunity to earn some money during the summer, but also to be in a mentoring program by county departments. Number 14, aid to tourism, travel, and hospitality industry, a billboard campaign, $150,000. This was recommended to us by the Convention and Visitors Bureau and Dan Burns, the Northern Indiana Tourism Development Commission. A soft interview room for crime victims and youth mentoring program, $150,000, and this was recommended to us by Prosecutor John Lake. And then the addition would be the volunteer fire departments from across the county. Each would be given a $10,000 allotment for the next 10 years, so that would be $20,000 per department. And this was recommended to us by Lisa Pierzakowski and all of the men and women of the volunteer fire departments across the county. And I think that would be it. So what we're trying to do tonight is approve this as a recommendation from the commission to the council for their consideration and potential approval.
Before we do that, the economic development projects that are listed on our thing here, we talked about them all at length tonight at our redevelopment commission meeting. That was a little earlier. One other meeting earlier today. At the end of it, Matt, I hate to put you on the spot, but at the end of our meeting, you made a pretty impassioned statement about these economic development projects that we have. Could you give us a little rerun of that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. We did have a meeting of the County Redevelopment Commission. We were covering these topics related to economic development projects within the county's planned economic TIF areas. I'll just use the common term. And these projects come along with investments associated with them. And these are not new. 421 and 94 project, the extension of that utility line was planned when the district was planned 15 years ago. So the county got halfway and got to the highway, and at that time the funds weren't available to continue. And moving forward, what we have is development potential at these locations, and the idea behind these proposed projects in economic development finance is to attract more investment in the locations to recoup the dollars to do it again. So at 421 and 94 as an example, there's a $18 million travel stop planned by Love's, and there's a $24 million warehouse distribution facility planned, but it's 300,000 feet. You add those two together, and wow, suddenly you got real money. Quick estimate on the property taxes generated there is up to about $600,000 annually. Right now, we collect zero. So there's a pretty stark difference there. The other projects, again, are all keyed toward investment in infrastructure to activate properties for investment. in logical areas and in partnership with other municipal units of government. And those are Michigan City Water and Sanitary. In some instances, it's 39 North. In other instances, it can be the city of LaPorte. So we're trying to capitalize on assets and investments that have already been made by the taxpayers and use that to drive more investment and more jobs. So, that's the Ethereum idea behind it. Now, those funds, ARP funds, could be matched with, will be matched with tax increment financing funds and dollars. And as well, they could be matched by major moves money. There's nothing that says that the governmental entities can't request and require repayment when funds are available through tax increment generated in these districts. The idea behind all this is to invest, to collect, and to do it again. And in doing so, you create jobs not only in construction and for the building trades of Northwest Indiana, but also long-term jobs that are available. And every now and again, you might create extra community amenities that result in some of these investments. That's about the summary.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
That's the, it's pretty easy to get excited about getting this windfall of money. And as I said from the very beginning, from the first day we heard about it, this is money to invest in our county, not just to spend, but to invest in our county resources. And I can guarantee you it's something that's on our mind, not only as commissioners and the council and the RDC, a lot. And we wanted to do the best we can do with this money. So thank you, Matt. Sure. Could I would entertain a vote on our ARP list to send to the council?
Mr. President, I noticed one of the items that was lacking on here, which I think is highly important and crucial. I noticed we were lacking here in public safety. One of the things that I've pushed for since the beginning of the year heavily, and one of the things that I still want to see to come to fruition sooner rather than later, is another EMS base out in Rolling Prairie. I think this is a perfect opportunity to get that back in front of the council to make sure that gets funded for next year as the rest of those documents come back and gets pushed out. I think it'd be crucial for that, especially when we look at here in LaPorte County, our ambulance to population base is 2 to 3 times higher than most other counties in the state. We're running about 1 ambulance to about 15,000 residents, as opposed to, you look over Porter County and neighboring counties, they're running closer to 1 ambulance for every about 5,500 to 6,000, 6,500 residents. So that was something that I had sent out in email a couple of times and talked about before in the past, is getting that base and then getting the funding there together for another ambulance out there to try and get those numbers down so we're more in line with providing a better service to the public. I think, as we all know, fire services and EMS are some of the crucial must-provide services that government has to do for its people, and because it's not things that we can do for ourselves. And I would love to see that EMS base added on, as well as the potential for the council to approve another ambulance to move out there as well.
We can add it. I can tell you, as I've worked on this project for 15 years, we are looking at alternative funding. We are looking at actually breaking ground in the spring. We're pretty far ahead on this. We can ask for ARP funding. I know it was not received with open arms, I'll say, from the council, but certainly can add it to the list. We have been looking at several funding mechanisms for that, and I believe we're going to actually start clearing the land. We've got the materials for paving. Mm-hmm. We'll be clearing some of the trees out of there this winter as time permits. It is moving forward. You can add it to the list for some additional funding. I don't have a problem with that.
Excellent.
With that being said.
So, Mr. President, I move that we add the ambulance base in Rolling Prairie to the list. So that would be number 17 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then I move that if that's motion is.
We can do that motion separate.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, and then my main motion would be to take our list of 17 suggested funding recommendations and forward them to the county council for their discussion and hopefully for some appropriations from the American Rescue Plan money, which was intended to circulate through our community and bring relief, economic development, job growth, and prosperity to our citizens.
Mayor, second.
Obviously not fully in line with everything that's on here, but I would, before I second this, I would ask to reconsider item number 1 and just leave it as an up to $4,000 for all full-time employees, just because I know the council's kind of leaning that way, and I would hate to see something get delayed or derailed just because the verbiage for all groups isn't, or at least all full-time employees isn't in line with what may be more likely to be approved from the council. So I will want to make sure something gets out there as opposed to, I wouldn't want to see something get flatly turned down, if that makes sense.
I can tell you after meeting with the Finance Committee tonight, every item on there is up for discussion. Every item on there is in flux as to what the council is going to do, and there was much discussion on that particular issue. Mm-hmm. What we want to do is get this in front of the council to continue negotiating until we get something we all agree on. And that was heavily discussed, I can tell you that, Joe.
Good thing you understand how important it is. Would there be any objection to just changing that verbiage to up to $4,000 apiece for?
You can change it to whatever you
employees?
want, but I'm going to tell you, from what I know from meeting with them tonight, they have their own ideas on how much it's going to be. We can ask for $100, or you can ask for $100,000. They're going to make the decision, and they have a lot of ideas without giving away what we talked about today. This is a starting point.
So, Mr. President, in number 1, it says a total grant request of $2.5 million. Knowing the council as we do, I imagine they have many ways that they would want to look at that money. And first of all, our goal is to get employee retention stipends out there and discussed. So I don't think it matters how we slice and dice things. They're going to make the ultimate decision. So I think the idea is to get this to them so that they have a formal document that they can consider.
They had a few ideas on how to support that.
Very good.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Moving on, consider engagement agreement providing for representation in PCB litigation against Monsanto and related and successor firms. We've had presentation, we've talked about this. We have a firm who is already engaged in this project. They already started this project. They want to know if we want to sign on. It doesn't cost us anything to sign on. Whatever they happen to settle for, we will get a percentage.
Mr. President, I believe Mr. Billsborough and Mr. Knoll are on the line, so they can.
Wonderful. Yep. Mr. Billsborough.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Not very good, but
hi,
we
this
hear you.
is James. Not that good?
Yeah, you're fine.
You're all right. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I'm driving. This is James Billsborough from Seeger Weiss. It's nice to be with you again. I don't have much to say that I didn't say before. We provided you with a retention agreement. I heard your concerns at the last meeting, and we lowered our contingency fee to 25%. I think the division of the fees is set forth in the agreement, and just to respond or to address a concern that was raised earlier. We think it's very important that we have local counsel in all of these cases. In this case, we've proposed that Friedman and Associates would be our local counsel. We really rely on local counsel to do more than just supervise the national law firms. We find it's indispensable to put us in contact and to help us do the on-the-ground investigation with the folks that we need to talk to figure out what these remediation costs for the county are really going to be. And so we think it's very important that we have local counsel in this case that is very familiar with how the county works. And I would note that we're going to propose the same exact arrangement to any of the Northwest Indiana counties or cities that is interested in talking to us about their potential PCB problems, Porter County, Lake Station, Lake County. And in all of those cases, we would propose the exact same arrangement with a local council that is unique to those counties. And so we think this is a very good proposal. The 25% contingency is as good as contingencies we've offered to anyone in the country. And so we really like to work with you all and get to work immediately to start figuring out the scope of the problem and how to fix it.
And Commissioners, this is Attorney John Knoll. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we do.
Good evening, and let me just echo what Jaxie said, and I can further attest as having the privilege to represent LaPorte County in the opioid litigation. Local counsel, in particular Mr. Freeman, has been an invaluable member of our team, especially in the investigation of the claims related to LaPorte County and a lot of the early work that went on completing documents to assess damages for the county, and I would imagine envisioning a similar type role in this case here. And so, just to echo my partner Jaxie's comments, we would view local counsel certainly as an indispensable part because they know the community, work with the community, work with you all as community leaders, and will be certainly above and beyond not only availability or supervising, but actually being a part of the team and bouncing ideas off as to what is best for the county. As we would hopefully, if we're honored to represent the county in this litigation, achieve the goals of the county would like to seek. And so that, with that, I'll yield the floor, and I appreciate your consideration and opportunity to be here with you all this evening.
Mr. President, I have a couple questions. Gentlemen, thank you for being here with us tonight. I do have a couple quick questions. Have any other municipalities here in northwestern Indiana signed on yet?
I can address that, sir. This is James Hillsborough. No other counties have signed on yet. We have spoken to Porter County, and we have made entreaties with Lake County and Lake Station, but no other counties have signed on thus far.
All right, thank you. I'm curious across, I guess, other areas of the country or anywhere else. Is it, and I understand your desire to have some local council representation, so have the lay of the land here on a local thing. Is it typical for a city or county or any municipality to use their own county attorney or city attorney somewhat as the local counsel in a separate component that's compensated in a percentage-wise like this?
Well, I can let Mr. Knoll speak to how it's customary in the opioid litigation in Indiana. I will say that it varies across the country. I certainly have been in a number of situations where a county or city's attorney serves as our local counsel, and then there are other situations where that's not the case. So in my experience, there's no hard and fast rule. We typically look for someone who we know is plugged in and understands the needs and the concerns of the county and how to help us investigate and find the people who can help us investigate what we need. And thus far, working with Mr. Friedman, I think he shows that he fits that role. But I can let Mr. Knoll speak to how things have worked in Indiana, specifically with the opioid litigation.
Yeah, I would echo what Jaxie said. It varies, but certainly we have the similar range of Mr. Freeman acting as local counsel in the opioid litigation as part of being on the fee contract.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you think there would be any benefit to having a local environmentalist, someone more skilled in that arena as opposed to employment law?
Well, this is Mr. Billsborough again. I think that, my firm is really coming in with the environmental expertise. And what we're really looking for in a local is someone who knows the lay of the land. If I say, hey, who do you think in the county would know or deal with X? Someone who's going to be able to put me in touch with that person. And so I think the understanding of how the county works is probably the most important facet in a local council in a case like this.
Thank you.
Mr. President?
Questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I appreciate that you lowered your rate. Just wanted to call that out because that's a 5% lower rate than the one we had discussed in your first presentation. So thank you for that. So at this time, Mr. President, I move that the commission agree that Mr. Merzinski, as our commission president, is permitted to sign the engagement agreement providing for representation in PCB litigation. And this is a beneficial move because the county has an opportunity to receive far more than the class action settlement, which would be around $900,000. We believe that we have significant environmental impact from PCBs at various industrial sites. Some of them are sites that are already on the list for at the federal level, and so we're looking forward to making sure that this county has every protection that we can receive. So with that, that would be my motion.
Has this contract been? Who's vetted this contract? Curious, what is this?
We have.
We as in Friedman Associates,
My
Coleman Lada, and
office.
Seeger and Weiss?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any concerns that this should have been looked over by another attorney who wouldn't have a conflict of interest?
There's no conflict, Mr. Haney.
Potential conflict of interest?
No, sir. We are engaged, just like we were with the opioid litigation. Let's be very clear, too, there are no fees as part of this arrangement. This litigation could go on years. It could be protracted. It could go on years, just as the opioid litigation. And by the way, the opioid litigation, which was signed by this commission I believe 3.5 years ago, is still ongoing. We've not seen a dollar's worth of fees yet in that particular case. So there's no guarantee. The benefit for the county on a contingency arrangement is no fees expended by the taxpayers for either expenses or fees. So
appreciate that. Yeah. The only reason why I said that is obviously with financial interest in this, should it play out, that standing to make possibly hundreds of thousands or north of seven figures, it could be.
We don't know what the outcome is, but it's my job, it's my obligation under the rules of professional conduct to advise you in a neutral way to do as you directed, which was to get from the National Council the essentially most favored nation status, which was the most favorable contingency arrangement that they've offered anyone in the country, and we've been able to do that at this point.
Sure. So looking at this, it seems I'm not sure where the 5% higher was from our talk, but from our Zoom call, they actually had mentioned closer to 20%, which of course would be, if you take the 3.75% out of it, that would put us about 21.5% would be the fees to Coleman Lada and Seeger and Weiss, with the remaining, 3.7-ish going to Friedman and Associates. I think what would be beneficial to the taxpayers and possibly put Mr. Friedman's firm's mind at ease somewhat as far as moving forward would be to amend your motion to amend the contract to pay Friedman and Associates $150 an hour for any work they perform, not on a contingency basis, but just as the work's performed, submit receipts. That way you don't have to wait years to be paid out for what you're doing. And then if there is a $40 million windfall, let's say, then the taxpayers don't have to pay out millions of dollars in excess legal fees that they would otherwise not have to.
Well, and the contrary argument is there's a benefit to taxpayers not having to pay as you go, because the fees can be considerable along the way. So that's the benefit, and why local governmental attorneys, and I should be clear too, as Mr. Billsborough made clear, the contingency arrangement offered to my firm is the same as that's offered to the county attorneys in the other 3 counties that are being considered. So there's nothing inconsistent. There's nothing out of the ordinary. You heard him indicate that's provided to other governmental attorneys. So again, with all due respect, it is an arrangement that has been offered to other governmental attorneys. It's consistent with the rules of professional conduct, and we're recommending approval.
Thank you for that.
We have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Without doing an RFP, I can't second that.
I'll second the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank
Nay.
you very much. Next on our agenda, consider renewal of workers' comp policy through BITCO per recommendations of Liability Agent of Record, John Jones.
Good evening, Mr. President, Commissioners. Thank you for placing me on the agenda tonight. John Jones with Michiana Insurance Services. I'm here tonight with Account Manager Stacy Green. I wanted to introduce her. Many of you have spoken to her over the phone, and she works closely with Diane on a regular basis. And also, John Klingenmeyer is here with me from Michiana Insurance. December 7th is the renewal for the work comp for the county. And as I indicated in the letter, our loss experience has gone up considerably. We were at a 1.06, and now we went to a 1.47, which obviously has affected our rates. We are looking at a $143,936 increase for next year. Doing my due diligence as I do on behalf of the county, I spent considerable time reaching out to others to see what position we might be in this market space, including Travelers and COVA, basically a work comp clearinghouse, Brick Street, to look at these figures, and I've gotten back responses of non-participation. In other words, they don't feel like they can compete with the number that BITCO is supplying. Obviously, BITCO wants to stay on the account. They think it's a good account. Over the years, they've had success. They've had aggressive risk management, which I've forwarded to the commissioners, and you've seen a lot of those come through to keep you apprised. Admittedly, they haven't been here as often as of late because of COVID, but they've been on site. I know the highway superintendent was here. They've been on site on a regular basis with jobs, even on the road. They've been at the EMS bases. They've been with HR several times with EMS. We are a policy that carriers consider that are heavy with police and EMS personnel. However, our experience in losses has not been heavy in police and EMS. It's been more across the board, and they haven't been large claims, but there's been a lot of frequency. So looking at the numbers and talking to other experts, and I've been very transparent in supplying those other carriers and sharing our renewal quote, including in the target premium, our loss runs, and our last audit worksheet. And they've all come back and said that even though we don't work for BITCO and BITCO should pay us for this, saying this, we feel like that number is solid and we don't want to participate. So that's why I recommend that we renew this, even though I'm presenting an increase to you tonight.
Assume the insurance committee has reviewed this?
The medical insurance board hasn't. Did you sent this to Barb?
Yep.
Obviously.
Mr. President, the workers' comp was sent to my office, and it is reviewed by our office as opposed to the insurance subcommittee, and so we're comfortable recommending the BITCO reaffirming if we could.
Got it. I would entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve the increased obligation. However, BITCO has proven to be a good partner to the county.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
Thanks,
you know, my first year on the council, many years ago, my first year on the county council, you were our president, and you've always acted in the best interests of LaPorte County, and I appreciate that.
Well, I'm not afraid to move carriers. However, I really didn't want to move from BITCO, and they've proven out to be still, with the increase, the best carrier for the job right now. So, as you know, we've changed cyber liability carriers the last 4 years in a row. So that's been a very dynamic portion of this. But BITCO has been a good partner. They've worked well with HR, and they've been, mostly maintenance-free as far as arising problems. So I'm pleased with them as a carrier.
Glad you got our back.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Next on our agenda, consider resolution authorizing board president to e-sign on behalf of full commission on NDOT's CCMG and LPA contracts. I had a long conversation with Mitch about this today, and I understand most of what he said.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, I received an email that the county was awarded another $1 million for the community crossing program. And the requirement of that award is a resolution be signed before we actually get the grant agreement from NDOT. And that resolution states that contracts and grant agreements will all be e-signed, and we have to basically do that to appease NDOT. Unless we don't have to, we don't need that money. I mean, right? But yeah, that is what's required now. And
Got it.
And there only has to be one signature, and it only has to be done by the president. And it's kind of cumbersome. In the past, Rich would sign it, and then after Rich would sign it, then Joe would get a notice. Then Joe would sign it, and it'd go down. You couldn't all just do it all at once. It was
Right.
The e-sign is a good tool.
right.
There are still, just so you know, there's still some NDOT contracts that will not be required through this.
Yeah,
So that's,
the individual engineering contracts, they will not. But the grant agreements with NDOT, they
Right.
will be.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the resolution authorizing Commission President to e-sign on behalf of the Commission for these 2 NDOT contracts.
It's been a clunky way for it to come across because NDOT inevitably seems to send out double invites, which of course one person signs one signs the other, and then there's that conflict I think we've noted a couple times this year. Still, as the commission, will still get a notification in whole anyway, right? Each of the commissioners will get a notification that
Nah,
it's happening.
you will not. It's only going to be to Rich as the president of the board.
and we're recommending that be copied, though, once it comes in, and that Diane makes sure that both of you
yeah.
get it as well. I mean, that's been the benefit. I know it's cumbersome, but at least all 3 commissioners know of it, and so once it comes in to Rich, it'll still be copied by Diane to the other 2 commissioners into my office.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's
Excellent.
fine. Of course, I give you a signed copy, of the contract.
Perfect.
grant
Thank you.
as well.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks.
Good
Mitch.
job. Consider contract between County Election Board, Secretary of State, Indiana Election Division, and No Inc. LLC for electronic poll books. Heather Stevens had much conversation on this recently also.
Right? Back in April, I came to you guys looking for your support to go forward to the county council. And basically what I needed from the council was a commitment that if we got these poll books given to us by the state at no cost, that they would simply maintain the books. They unanimously decided they would happily maintain those books. I think everyone here received a copy of the purchase agreement, which we pay $0 to get these books. At the back of that purchase agreement was the estimate. It is the very same estimate that I took to the county council meeting April 21st. So they are fully aware as to what the maintenance fees are and willing to maintain these.
If they're good with it, all we need to do is sign it. We passed it, they okayed it. I just need a motion.
You may want to have Darlene address the update on the
Absolutely.
laptops, too, so it's clear on the record that these are the updated poll books.
Yes. So I had a question, which Heather got verified by the contractor, that these are the newest generation iPads, so we're not getting, really old iPads and having then at that point them not take all the security updates or, die on us, and then we would have to immediately buy a bunch of iPads. So they did get that confirmed in an email a couple days ago, and I'm good with the hardware.
Excellent. Thank you. In that case,
May-
I would
may I
move
have-
to approve
may I have a
the
question?
purchase agreement.
Yeah, I have a question. So as far as connectivity goes, this county is large. Broadband is always an issue. Is there any issue with that?
So no, what will happen is, depending on where the polling locations are, a lot of locations already have Wi-Fi available for us. If they do not, then the county does have the ability to get Wi-Fi's from Verizon at no cost. And, we pay a month's service for it just for that election month.
Okay, thank
And
you.
then we can turn that on and off as needed.
Great, thank you.
We
So I
have-
would move to approve the purchase agreement presented here before us for the electronic poll books.
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your hard work on that. We really appreciate it.
Consider ordinance to establish LaPorte County as a broadband-ready community. Tony Rodriguez is going to give a very brief.
Mr. President.
Look that up in the dictionary. What is brief?
Brief.
Thanks.
Absolutely. We
Is that the
are
original?
simply excited to be here this evening because it is another yet critical step in the continuation of our efforts to fully connect our community in a modern fashion. We just very quickly what you're considering here in this ordinance, whereby the ordinance after final approval will allow the county to entice prospective investors to very quickly and expeditiously install that infrastructure into our rights of way, whether that be above ground or below ground. What we're doing is we're following the state's recommended procedure to allow for expediting of this investment into these rights of way. I've worked over the last 2 weeks extensively with the building department on a virtually almost a daily basis so that we are being cognizant of any impact to their fee schedule. And this has been a tremendous eye-opener. As a result of this investigation and vetting of this ordinance, we have and now have the ability to promote the fact that we're roughly on average 75% less on across-the-board building permit fees with our neighboring surrounding counties. So there's two sides to that coin. One is we're substantially undercharging, but the other side is we are extremely attractive to be investing in our county. So I point that out. It's been extensive collaboration with the building department. The recommendation here is to leave it exactly where it's at. We're extremely attractive. And what we will be able to do is extensively promote the fact that our building permit fees are not only attractive, but we're going to be promoting that across the board, commercially, the single-family home construction, and we're working on many avenues by where we can promote that.
So, question, Mr. Rodriguez. So this is a formality, I understand. So an ordinance declaring us a broadband-ready community is a formality to put the word out so the contractors know, so the internet service providers know that LaPorte County is aggressively trying to solve the digital divide. Is there anything new in here? Because the building department already does a lot of these things already, so you've hashed through the steps. But this is a token to let the internet service providers know that we are open and ready to do business with them. Is that correct?
Commissioner, you defined it perfectly.
Okay.
And that's just what it is. It does use some language like the county agrees to not create any hardship for that private investor wanting to expedite their construction. So it is doing just what you said. And by acknowledging that, we are following the state's recommended procedure to be at the top of our game as a county to invite that capital investment that we sorely need to those that are unserved currently. I use that term third time's a charm. We are on daily communication with the Office of Community and Rural Affairs and our private sector partners, aggressively continuing to beat our drum and plead and just make positive. This goes a long way. Your positive action this evening sends a very strong message. We are paying close attention, and we mean business. We're following their recommended procedures to make life easy to do business in for those fiber investors.
Thank you. Mr. President, I move to approve the ordinance as presented in declaring LaPorte County a broadband-ready community.
I'll wholeheartedly second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Tony. Good
Mr.
work.
President, you may want to, if it's the pleasure of the board, you could move to suspend and adopt on both readings tonight if that's the desire of the board.
It would be
Mr. President, I move that we hear this on second reading.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Second reading.
Mr. President, on second reading, since we already have a great explanation from Tony, is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak on this?
It's a great suggestion.
Hearing none, I think that I would like to propose that we adopt the ordinance as presented. It's an ordinance to establish LaPorte County, Indiana as a broadband-ready community, and this is to signal to investors, to internet service providers, that we are aggressively seeking solutions to the digital divide that occurs in our county in various locations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Done and done. Consider resolution approving of the proposed issuance of refunding bonds contingent on annual savings to taxpayers of $20,000 to $25,000 per year for the 10-year remainder of the bond term.
Mr. President, at the recommendation of Bond Counsel, we would ask that this be tabled at this time and then brought before the board a subsequent occasion.
Yeah, we've had a
Move to
severe bump in the road here.
Move to table.
Motion to table, do I have a second?
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And consider proposed contract with law firm of Kopka Pincus per auditor request. Fed.
I would move to accept the contract before us for legal counsel for the auditor for Kopka Pincus firm.
We have had some concerns about this.
Mr. President, if I may. So I have concerns, a multitude of concerns, actually. So the contract that is before us, presented by the auditor and the attorney, Mr. Svetanov, I guess is how you say his name, it talks about it's an open-ended one-year contract for quote-unquote municipal matters, and it doesn't actually talk about the litigation that we know is the subject of this potential contract. So municipal matters, I looked it up because as a former mayor, I thought I knew what municipal matters was, but I just wanted to be sure. So municipal matters has to do with any project that a city, township, or district can work on, such as building projects, bridges, roadways, any project that can be bonded out. So that's what is characterized as municipal matters, and it seems to me that that is a very, 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 very broad category and should not be in this contract. So that would be my first concern. Second one is that the contract indicates that this attorney would be paid $175 an hour when all of the attorneys who work for the county at a reduced rate of $150 an hour. In addition, this contract talks about an additional $100 an hour for the clerks. And so, for example, if you're going to copy things, it would be at the rate of $100 an hour. So I'm sure all the county clerks out there would wish that that was their going rate, but that's a lot of money, and so I would object to that. The contract also references a retainer, and we don't have retainers in any other county legal contracts, so that's a problem. There's some payment language, and I understand that may have changed, but in the contract that's being considered, it says that the bills will be expedited and paid within 10 days. And
that was modified.
So what's the modification?
30 days.
Okay, so 30 days, but okay, so it's going to be changed to 30 days, but that's a quick turnaround for, especially since Mr. Friedman's waiting for months for his bills to be paid. And I also was wondering who would audit these claims, since the attorney would be working for Mr. Stabos, and Mr. Stabos is the auditor then, and he audits supposedly all the claims as thoroughly as he audits Mr. Friedman's. So who would actually audit those claims, and that would be a question. And then, Mr. Stabos, you signed the contract, but only the county commissioners can sign contracts. So you and other elected officials have no authority to sign contracts or to bind this county in a contractual way, so that's a problem. So those are
It was a
my
conditional,
five
it's a
objectives.
conditional signature upon the commissioners.
I'm sorry?
It was a conditional signature upon the commissioners approving the contract.
Has the lawyer taken any actions on your behalf?
well, he filed an appearance in court. I mean, if the commissioners don't sign this, I'll pay out of my pocket. We'll sue the commissioners to order them to pay the attorney. I needed to respond to your case, obviously, within a reasonable period of time, lest we be late with the court. So.
So did the attorney understand that this contract was not really signed? It was a proposed contract? Because if he's filed something, that means he thinks he's already working at the rate of $175 an hour, and only the commissioners can sign contracts. So that's a big problem to me. So
I think he understands.
that would be.
I think he fully understands that.
That would be a question.
I think a concern I have is your attorney.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I think the concern I have is your attorney who's sitting here, who's the one that this issue is over, his billings. Is he advising you to sign or not sign? Or do you have a third-party attorney advising you who's not him because there's a conflict of interest there? So you're concerned about my auditing the attorney's bills, which is fine, that I would hire. We've traditionally had Craig Hinchman and Carol McDaniel, two different offices going after each other. I don't know, we obviously have a dispute between two statutory authorities, and unfortunately, if we don't reach an agreement, Rich and I met together today, which is good. We obviously, this needs to be dealt with through the courts. I'm sure Mr. Friedman will ultimately acknowledge that if he doesn't like the way this is what I'm doing or what's going on, and each side needs to be able to have an attorney. So I don't disagree with you that this probably needs to be rephrased, and he used a boilerplate document. So I respect where you're coming from, and I think that this contract needs to be modified, and you are correct.
So I would say that there's some conditions that need to be met if we're going to continue. I would be willing to look at a contract. This is not, to me, this isn't a legal contract because it's not signed by the right people. So we can't consider it as a contract. We consider it as a proposal. You raise a good point about previous elected officials having lawyers, but I would be worried about the precedent that every time we don't get along at the county, and politics is rough and tumble, no doubt about it. But I've been in and out of this game a long time. I started in my 20s. I left for about 15, 18 years, and I'm back. But kind of the bottom line is that in politics, you need to figure out a way to get along. And if every time we have a disagreement, we're going to call in the lawyers, the poor taxpayers will be penniless, because every day in government, there are tough and complex issues. And to fight with lawyers duking it out, that's not the way good politics runs, or good government runs, I should say. We need to learn how to get along and solve our issues. Mr. Mrzinski gave a good example of the meeting he had previous to this meeting with some members of the county council. They disagree on some things. We agree on this, and they don't agree with us. But rather than hire lawyers to fight it out, no offense to lawyers, I know there's one in the room, there might be others. No offense to lawyers, but you know what? You don't belong in all of this business. This is the people's business. This is the people's business, and you elected people to represent you, and that's their job. Their job is to figure out, how do you solve problems on behalf of the taxpayers and do it in the most efficient, effective, and cost-effective way. So hiring a bunch of lawyers, to me, is absolutely not it's a game ender, not a game changer. So I would say that if we are going to do a contract, there's some serious changes in terms. For example, it should only mention this particular litigation, not some municipal matters. What is that? Municipal matters could be we start suing people about the courthouse in Michigan City that's under construction. How crazy is that? The rate is wrong, so that would be unfair to all the lawyers that work for the county on and off over the years, who have given their taxpayers a discounted rate, so that would have to change. I personally think that the best solution to this is that the auditor pays the claims and pays the claims that are in arrears. I think it's $28,000, including November, are owed to Mr. Friedman's firm. Mr. Friedman pays people who work in his office. I think there might be 5 or 6, mostly females. Some of them may be heads of household. They're worried about their paychecks. To me, that's not okay. The bottom line here is that no matter how much we pay for legal service and advice, those claims are going to get paid. The work has been done. The county taxpayers need to pay the claim. And so to fight over 20 email questions about work product, and who told Mr. Friedman what to do. The commissioners tell Mr. Friedman what to do and what we need information on. And so, to me, this is a waste of taxpayer dollars in a very big way, and I cannot support anything about this. So, there you go.
I really appreciate that, Commissioner Mateus. That's why I voted against bringing lawyers into this and voted against suing the auditor. I wish you would have had those same thoughts before this, before we actually took legal action against the auditor. The auditor has to have legal representation to represent himself, and I do agree, and I think we're on the same page, that tailoring this contract to fit within the scope of the pending litigation that's out there is the appropriate thing to do. When we look at the others, though, I'm really curious to hear about. So, in order to, from what I understand, there was an email that went out from Attorney Friedman in which he CC'd a copy of an email from another attorney in which the auditor had tried to approach for legal representation and counsel. And apparently this lawyer just decided, and they didn't engage in a contractual obligation, so there's no attorney-client privilege there with that email, but just to put the scope of the tentacles as they reach out from Friedman and Associates, that attorney decided to forward the actual letter and ask for representation in their response back to, I guess Mr. Friedman would probably call that a courtesy copy of an email that the auditor's searching for. So when we talk about having to go out for someone who isn't, as quote, for example, that one email stated from that one attorney, how they were friends with Attorney Friedman and they didn't want to take the case, that is what it is. So having to branch out and go in and actually get what, honestly, in this case would be special counsel, $175 as a government rate for most counties is the going rate. What I do find interesting is that different special attorneys across the board, for example, the RDC, which our county attorney is the attorney for and Commissioner Brzezinski sits on, the RDC routinely pays attorneys $300, $400+ an hour. Are we going to stop paying Barnes and Thornburg $350 to $450, $475 an hour for their work and say, hey, no, you're only getting $150? Because that's what I'm hearing from you now, is that no attorney should be charging the county more than $150 an hour. The government rate in most counties is $175. I'm happy to say that here in LaPorte County it is $150. But when you're having to go out and find an attorney that's not friends with our county attorney, you're having to go out and reach out then into Lake County and outside of the realm of where there's actually going to be a competent legal representation for our attorney. So is it your position that we shouldn't be paying attorneys from Barnes and Thornburg, for example, only $150 an hour? Are we going to be consistent about that? I don't think we should, because if there's people who are specialized out there, they should be paid what they are. Otherwise, how are we going to get some of this representation for only $150 an hour? But just from your statement there, it really seems like you're proposing that no attorney that works for LaPorte County ever at any time should get more than $150 an hour.
So, Mr. Haney, first of all, if you could pronounce my name correctly, it's been now 11 months. It's Mateus.
Mateus.
Okay.
I apologize.
Thank you.
I'll try and be more diligent.
Secondly, we're like digging ourselves into this giant hole by talking about rates and talking. The object here is that there's an auditor that's got something going on with his feelings about Mr. Friedman. I don't know what that's about.
I don't appreciate
Okay.
that comment. That's not an accurate comment by any means. It's not about my feelings.
Hey, let's keep it
Excuse me, I've got the floor. So
floor.
my thought
Inaccurate
is
statement.
My thought is that we need to solve this problem without lawyers. The best thing we could do is get that case dismissed with a declaratory judgment and be done with it. Pay the bill. It was approved by the 3 commissioners. We have approved that the charges on those bills are correct and were directed by the commissioners. So that's not a policy question for the auditor. It's pay the bills. So to me, talking about retainers and fees and how much we should pay those are taxpayer dollars, and I'm not willing to pay any of that for a case that to me is frivolous.
But you're willing to pay it to Shaw Freeman's former law partner to sue me. Interesting.
There's too many questions about this contract as it was presented to us. I have to agree that the taxpayers are getting hosed over this squabble, and it's not right. It's not right at all. I'll be the friend of the taxpayers this time and say that I'm not signing this contract. No way. I can't morally do that. The best I would do would be if you want to sit down and look at our concerns and maybe renegotiate something. I'm willing to do that, but I'm not signing this the way it is. So.
Can we get clarity on what requirements one or both of you have?
Not today, not at this meeting. We're going to table this, I would assume. This doesn't need to be discussed in public. Could I have a motion?
I'd rather not table it. I'd rather vote on this contract because there's so many things in this contract that shouldn't be on the table, should just be rewritten or redone or,
so your motion is
thrown into the garbage can.
Your motion is to deny?
My motion is to deny the contract with law firm of Copus Pincus per Mr. Auditor's request.
First, I think it's important to point out that Indiana Code, the commissioners approving is a one step in a very specific delineated 5-step process, and at no point has the State Board of Accounts said the commissioners have the authority to order the auditor to ignore Indiana Code. At no point. I was on the phone today with Chief of Staff Gouger, and I have been in the past as well. They are very clear that the commission does not have the authority to order the auditor to ignore state code and not follow the requirements in IC 51110 1.6c. There's 5 different steps in there. The commissioner approval is only one of those 5 specific delineated steps in IC code. And the idea that we can order the auditor to ignore state law and Indiana code is preposterous. That's why we're going before it. So I really think you guys are really quite campy in this in saying that you don't want it to cost taxpayers money, but yet you are ready to jump to sue the auditor, denying the auditor legal representation. And again, I have no problem tailoring this down to only what's in the to get that verbiage down to only what's part of the ongoing suit. I have absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. But the idea to just deny outright legal counsel to the duly elected auditor of LaPorte County, he's a constitutional office. We're up here under statute. He's a constitutional officer. He's appointed, he was voted in by the people of LaPorte County to do his job, and that's what he's attempting to do. And for us to sit up here and try and undermine his authority, under the guise of, I have no idea what at this point, and then try and order a constitutional office to ignore Indiana code is preposterous. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think it rings true to anybody who's listening. If you wanted to save the taxpayers money, the commission would not have sued the auditor. Now the auditor has to defend his office and his constitutional authority to do his job. This is preposterous that we would deny him counsel. It makes no sense. Absolutely none, especially not after the council voted in support, in a bipartisan manner to provide counsel to the auditor's office.
We can take that up with the council then, but
I'd
I'm not going
like
to be
to-
a part of it. We have a motion on the floor. I will second the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I said it's
Nay.
dead.
I'd like,
We will go
Commissioner
to
Brzezinski, can I
the
make a
next
point
part
here?
of our agenda.
Excuse me, sir, can I
which
make
is-
there's
No,
something that-
No, this is a commissioner meeting. If you got issues with us, you can take it up with me. I'm right across, you know where I'm at. I'm there every day.
All right,
This motion has been denied.
I hear that.
You want to talk about it further? Make an appointment. Commissioner, comments?
I think you could be
Do you
nicer.
have anything
I think
else
you'd be
you'd like
nicer
to
about
add?
it, sir.
Dazzle me, Mr. Haney.
Certainly. It's been a pretty busy couple of weeks. A lot of good visits with a number of different county departments as well. Going around making my usual rounds between county office buildings, courthouses, both here in LaPorte and Michigan City. Spending time here in the annex, various departments, out in the extension offices, out soil and water, LaPorte County Solid Waste District. Been a very good couple of weeks. Had a good county ARP listening session since the last meeting. Had a great presentation from the Broadband Task Force, the PNW. I zoomed in for that. Commissioner Mateus was there as well. It's a great presentation. It's certainly going to be, to use Tony's term a heavy lift. Certainly is going to be a heavy lift, but it's something that we owe to the people of LaPorte County to make that happen. Had a great meeting with South County Coalition as well. A good FMEC meeting as well, Fair Board Management Events Corporation, that I sit on. Making a lot of progress out at the fairgrounds. We continue to grow that. Don't forget the Magic Lights is going to be launching here coming this weekend. So definitely, if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, pay attention for coming up for the Pioneer Land Days that are Christmas days that are out there. Make sure you pay attention to their Facebook page and events page. It's going to be a slightly different way to get in there this year to get to that event between 3 and 5. So make sure you kind of check their either social media pages or your emails with that, and make sure you're getting in the right way. There will be signage out there. We've already worked with our highway and facilities to make sure the signage is out there, but slightly different procedure getting in there for Pioneer Land because of those magical lights or how they're set up and how they're going. Also want to give a thank you to all of our volunteer firefighters here today. Hopefully the council is definitely going to be supportive of that money, because as a former volunteer firefighter and EMT myself, I know just how much we scrape together to get grants and do different breakfasts and spaghetti dinners and stuff to try and raise funds for our equipment. And I know you guys are going to put that to excellent use. We also had a really productive meeting with our GIS meeting for our health care insurance that we came up with. Originally, I know we were talking about for our employees 4.5% raise for the individual person on an individual plan. That's $77 roughly per year. So spread out, that's about $7 a month and change increase. One of the things, and that was after going back to the table and really hammering down and dropping it down from what was almost a 24% increase. We were able to get that down to. That 4.5% increase is definitely significantly lower than other municipalities and other groups around the country are experiencing right now. Part of the reason of that is how we've worked on some of our prescription rebates and things like that to work into. One of the things that we're working on very closely right now, working hard on, and that's still moving through to fruition. We just got our MOUs in today, so we'll be presenting those and working through those. We're hopeful to have a employee clinic here, not here, but here in LaPorte County, here in LaPorte, and then hopefully at some point then an additional one in Michigan City later on. That would be several months down the road, but hopefully somewhere around the first of the year, which would mean for your primary care type visits, family practice, behavioral health issues, and some pediatric OB-GYN care as well. You would have visits if you chose, and it's voluntary to go to that clinic, but if you chose to go to that clinic and utilize those facilities, there'd be $0 out of pocket, and it would be free to the employee. That means that just theoretically in one single visit, you will be recouping all of that money, all that 4.5% increase, just in that first visit you were to visit that clinic if you so choose to go there. So I'm looking forward to that. There's also going to be a pharmacy there, and if it's a pharmacy there where if you get your prescription there, if you get it filled there, and they can fill it there in-house, the prescriptions there that can be filled there in-house will be at no cost to you either. So, and then there'll be some low-cost options for some of those outliers, but that's a really exciting way that hopefully our healthcare costs for employees, even though on paper we're looking at a 4.5% increase, are actually going to be your out-of-pocket costs would actually be less next year should this come to fruition, and I think it will. We're on the fast track for this. Keep an eye out for our employees on your email for a link to a SurveyMonkey survey, where before we're doing our final due diligence on this to make sure that this is something the employees would want before we go down this route. Again, it's totally voluntary. Take a moment to fill out that survey. When it comes out, it should be out in the next couple of days. Obviously, make sure it's coming from the right place before you click on anything you get on your things. And for our employees who don't have internet access, you have county email, they'll also have an option to have a printed out copy that we can get for that survey as well. So I'm really excited with the work we've done with our insurance this year and moving into next year, and hopefully these savings will then extend to the next year. So hopefully there's no increase at all in premium next year. That's our hope there. We also extended our teledoc visits through March 31st of 2022. So if you're doing those for the county, they're no cost teledoc. Your virtual visits are continued out through there, and as the added benefit, as we anticipated earlier this year. I'm happy to report that we're saving, we have saved our county fund about $56,000 this year by actually having folks be able to drive them into, if they wanted to use the Teladoc Healthcare, nothing out of pocket for the employee, and it saved our total plan about $56,000 so far this year. So that's definitely been a win-win. I'm glad we did that. The $20,000 we that I pushed for, or that I helped support, and then we got pushed forward for our employee surveys. That is going to wind up with a net savings to our plan of about $750,000 over the next 5 years, or a first year of about $125,000. Which again, this is now money that will stack into next year that hopefully will prevent any increase. So I know it looks like it's money that's coming back to the county, which it is saving the county, but in the long run, that's how we get these rates down, is by drilling down and really paying attention to these things. And I'm really excited with the work we've been able to do this year, working with our insurance services. So definitely keep your head up and eyes open for that as well. I saw a interesting quote come across this week. I don't really know who said it. They said you can tell a lot about a person's vices by the friends they keep. You can tell even more about a people's virtues by the enemies they have. I thought that was pretty telling. Anyway, I want to wish everybody in LaPorte County a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Be safe and be careful out there if you're traveling or doing anything else, and we'll see you in December. Thank you.
Sorry, Diane. Looks like 8 more pages of minutes to get typed up for next meeting. Commissioner?
Good evening. I would like to start with an addition to our LaPorte County Works program. So this is a program that we started as the pandemic began to show signs of lightening up. We want to be sure that employers in LaPorte County that have jobs, they're looking for people. We want to make sure that people know that they don't have to drive to Lake County, they don't have to drive to Chicago or South Bend, that LaPorte County has lots of jobs. So every meeting, I've been highlighting a local company that is hiring. Part of the fun is that we're discovering all the cool things that are made in LaPorte County. So this meeting, we're going to focus on the company Helena Agriculture. It's an ag enterprise. It's been established here in LaPorte County since 2012, and it's located in Kingsbury Industrial Park on Hupp Road. It employs 10 employees here in LaPorte County, but there are 6,000 employees in Helena Corporation in 500 branch locations across the country. It is one of the leading ag solution providers in the U.S., ranking near the top nationally in volume and sales for crop production products, fertilizer, custom applications of seed and precision agriculture, turf management, industrial weed control, forestry, aquatics, and more. They focus on helping customers be successful by making sure that their people are knowledgeable and dedicated. They like to support their employees as a family organization, so they are very family friendly. Their culture is intentional. They have a positive work environment that they like to talk about because they believe that it allows their employees to be high performers. They're committed to creating a diverse and inclusive work environment where all the employees feel safe and each person has the opportunity to succeed. They embrace diversity in both their employees and their customers. They were ranked one of the best places to work for 4 years in a row. Their employee benefits include life insurance, dental, vision, medical, paid parental leave, disability, and infertility benefits. They offer growth opportunities by reimbursing tuition costs to obtain a CDL license and for a chemical application license through Purdue University. Helena makes donations to support local nonprofits such as Farm Bureau and Scholarships for Future Farmers of America, FFA. They currently have numerous job openings for truck drivers, applicators, warehouse supervisors, and if you're interested, they have a website, helenaagra.com and /careers. We're going to post this on our website. It'll be posted tomorrow. So if you're interested in finding out more about jobs in LaPorte County, this is one of the companies we're highlighting, but we've highlighted 4 or 5 previous, and we'll continue to highlight them. So check back to our website for more information on other companies that are making LaPorte County their home. And the saying is, you don't only shop in LaPorte County, but you can work in LaPorte County, beautiful LaPorte County, where we can live and raise our families and earn a good living. The broadband task force update, we had a meeting at Purdue on the Westville campus, and I want to make a shout out to the Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte and Maria Fruth in particular. Her organization funded a grant request from the broadband task force, and we were able to hire Yates Engineering to do a last mile study of LaPorte County. So the report that they shared with us at our meeting last week was really, the dollar signs are there. There's lots of dollars involved. But what's interesting is they broke the county down by township. They mapped the county and are able to show solutions unique to each township. And so we'll be bringing that in front of the task force so that we can continue to roll up our sleeves and figure out ways to solve the problem, including making sure that the ISPs, the internet service providers that are currently doing business in our county, know that they need to, if they're going to stay competitive, they need to continue to connect families. Comcast, whom Tony and I met with a couple members of the task force in the last, I guess, week, mentioned that they have invested $1 million in hooking up 149 new properties. Now, you know, they're not the dense properties. LaPorte City and Michigan City are dense, and so they get a good return on their investment when they're connecting people in densely populated areas. Where the difficulty lies is in areas where there's lots of distance, a mile between homes, for example. It's hard for them to get a return on their investment, and they're in the business to make money. So knowing that Comcast has, without us pushing them too hard, they know that we're aggressively seeking digital solutions in our county, and so they have made $1 million investment. Others, Surf Air, for example, Acme, they have also made huge investments in our county in areas where they can make sure that they're hooking people up. So stay tuned, there's more coming, and the Broadband Task Force will be sharing more information shortly. Want to shout out to Better Government Group and the Purdue Extension for a great event that they held at the Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte's beautiful facility on how to run for public office. There was a panel I was presenting with Mayor Dermody. Lisa was on the panel. Lisa, there you are. There were a couple others on the panel. We were sharing experiences on how to run for governmental office, but also how to serve and how some of the challenges and some of the joys of public service. So that was a really great event. I wanted to also call out our high school kids. There's a couple of you in the room today, and I'm sure that you're ready to go to sleep, but I did want to call out that we have 2 regional superstar football teams in our county that are heading into a weekend of football, but they're not the only great kids we have in our county. We have kids who are doing theater, kids who are doing band, kids who are involved in robotics and other great things. So whether you are an athlete or whether you are a technology geek, we wanted to let you know that LaPorte County really admires the work that you're doing, and we're really proud of you. So football teams are great, but there's also all kinds of other things that make a young person's junior high and high school careers really stellar. And so I wanted to make sure we paid attention to the kids that are in debate and the kids that are in FFA and 4-H and the math superstars, the spelling bee champs, all those kids. Amanda did not speak about the pandemic and how we still have some high numbers, but I would be remiss if I didn't remind people that our daily COVID infection rate is still troublesome. I think today it was 48 or something like that. Those are 48 positive cases. Those numbers have been rising, and so I strongly encourage people to take the precautions that they need to do to keep them and their families safe. Wearing a mask in a crowded public place is probably a good idea, just so we don't get the regular flu and bad head colds. Last winter, the regular flu, the one that we're used to, was almost non-existent in our county because a lot of people stayed out of crowded places and wore masks and used hand sanitizer and all that. So just a word of caution. If you haven't been vaccinated and you're willing to do so, please make sure that you get that done. We had a really awesome veterans event. It's supported by LaPorte's mayor's, I think 35 years they've sponsored this, but it's also a committee event where a veterans committee of volunteers puts together a really amazing ceremony. I wanted to make sure to mention that our commission president, received 4 medals at that event from Congresswoman Walorski. She presented him with medals. I can't even remember all the names because they could not hardly even fit on his shirt. There were so many of them. But one I remember was for valor, and another was for bravery. So, Commissioner Mrzinski, I honor you, and I know that I speak for many of the people in the room who thank you for your service, and thank all the veterans out there for their service, whether they served in active duty or did their job, whatever that job would be. We thank them for that service. So I honor you for that wonderful medal presentation. And then once a year, we pause on our time to say thanks. So I want to thank the community for supporting me, for sending me messages, for giving me little phone messages and text messages to let me know when they agree with me and also let me know when they don't agree with me. And that's why we have 2 ears so we can hear and 1 mouth so we can speak. So I try to listen, but I'm thankful for the honor that the community has given me and my family to serve. But also want to make sure that we wish each other a happy Thanksgiving. We've all been through a tremendous amount in the last couple of years with the pandemic and with the strange shutdown of things. We aren't completely out of the woods, but we are in much better position. So I want to tell everyone to enjoy their family, enjoy the little things, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It was just my Southeast Asian vacation.
2 tours of Southeast Asia vacation? I don't think so.
I really like the new part of your comments here with the recognizing companies in LaPorte County who are doing business here. I've always said it's very important that we recognize the businesses who are already established here. So we have Mr. Seitz visiting them, find out what do these companies need, what can we do to help them, and it's really working well. And then when you consider the other part of what we're doing with the RDC, with the Loves project up on 421 and I-94, the 39 North Conservancy District issues we have there, the 35 and 20 project that we're working on, the Kingsbury Industrial Park. There's so many exciting things going on, and I'm just happy to be part of all that, to do good things for the county. And then I had a conversation today with fellow Commissioner President for Elkhart County, Susie Wyrick, good person, good friend. They just landed a $200 million project to build a new jail. Wow.
Wow.
I wish we could do something like that. That's pretty cool. It's a full-time job that we get paid part-time for. I enjoy what I'm doing. I keep an eye on everything. I am cognizant of what we do. I sent you an email, Joe. Said putting in the newspapers, you saved the county $150,000. So I did a little research. It's not quite the truth, Joe. There was 2 separate people put in the bill for $150,000. They never got paid that way, but they both got paid. They both were legitimate bills. We didn't save any money at all. They were both. They needed to both be paid, so they're both paid.
That's not true.
If you, high school students, if you have your thing that we need to sign off, you bring them up after the meeting, which would be now.